Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are talking about a silent epidemic that is sweeping across the world, affecting millions of people who have absolutely no idea they are in danger. We are talking about high blood sugar and the early warning signs of prediabetes. When most people think of diabetes, they picture insulin injections and constant blood testing. But long before it ever reaches that point, your body spends years trying to warn you that your blood sugar levels are climbing too high. The problem is that these early symptoms are often so subtle and so common that we easily brush them off as just being tired, getting older, or having a busy lifestyle. But ignoring these signs is incredibly dangerous. High blood sugar acts like tiny shards of glass traveling through your bloodstream, slowly damaging your blood vessels, your nerves, and your vital organs. The amazing news is that if you catch this early, prediabetes is entirely reversible. Today, I am going to walk you through the subtle early warning signs that your body is struggling to process sugar. I will explain exactly why each symptom happens so you can truly understand what is going on inside your body. Let us start with the first major warning sign, which is feeling thirsty all the time and experiencing a constantly dry mouth. We all get thirsty after a workout or on a hot day, but this is a deep, unquenchable thirst that never seems to go away no matter how much water you drink. To understand why this happens, we have to look at your kidneys. When you have too much sugar floating around in your bloodstream, your kidneys have to go into absolute overdrive to filter it out. But when the sugar levels get too high, your kidneys simply cannot keep up. To get rid of the excess sugar, your body starts pulling fluid from your own tissues and cells to dilute the sugar and flush it out through your urine. Because your body is literally draining its own water reserves to clean your blood, you become severely dehydrated on a cellular level. Your brain senses the severe dehydration and constantly sends emergency signals telling you to drink more water. If you find yourself carrying a water bottle everywhere you go and still feeling like your mouth is stuffed with cotton, your body is begging you to look at your blood sugar levels. The second warning sign goes hand in hand with the first one, and that is a sudden, extreme increase in how often you need to urinate. This is not just about having a small bladder. If you find yourself running to the restroom every single hour during the day and waking up 3 or 4 times every single night, this is a massive red flag. As we just discussed, your body is trying to flush out the toxic levels of sugar in your blood by creating massive amounts of urine. But there is a dangerous cycle happening here. Because you are so incredibly thirsty, you drink more fluids, which then leads to even more trips to the restroom. Many people ignore this cycle, thinking they are just doing a good job staying hydrated. But if your urine output has dramatically increased without a logical reason, it is a clear sign that your kidneys are desperately trying to save you from sugar toxicity. Moving on to the third sign, which is a feeling of constant extreme hunger even right after you have eaten a large meal. This symptom can be incredibly confusing and frustrating. You just ate a huge plate of food, yet 30 minutes later, your stomach feels empty and you are craving more, especially carbohydrates and sweets. This happens because of a condition called insulin resistance. When you eat food, your digestive system breaks it down into glucose, which is a simple sugar that your cells use for energy. Your pancreas releases a hormone called insulin, which acts like a key to unlock your cells and let the sugar inside. But when you consume too much sugar over a long period of time, your cells become tired of it and basically change their locks. The insulin can no longer open the doors. As a result, all that sugar stays trapped in your bloodstream instead of going into your cells where it belongs. Because your cells are literally starving for energy, they send panic signals to your brain demanding more food. You are eating plenty of calories, but because of insulin resistance, your body is essentially starving on a cellular level. The fourth early warning sign is an overwhelming sense of fatigue and exhaustion, particularly right after eating a meal. We are not talking about needing a quick nap after a massive holiday dinner. This is a daily, crushing exhaustion that hits you like a brick wall after a normal lunch. This ties directly back to insulin resistance. Because the sugar from your food is trapped in your bloodstream and cannot enter your cells, your body has absolutely no fuel to create energy. You are running on an empty tank. Furthermore, the massive spike in blood sugar after you eat causes your blood to become thick and syrupy. This makes it much harder for your heart to pump blood and oxygen to your brain and muscles, leaving you feeling completely drained and lethargic. If you regularly need to lie down or find yourself unable to keep your eyes open after eating a standard meal, Your body is telling you that your metabolic system is deeply broken. The fifth warning sign is something that often sends people to the eye doctor, and that is sudden, unexplained, blurred vision. You might notice that it is suddenly hard to read road signs, or the words on your phone screen look fuzzy and out of focus. You might think you just need a new prescription for your glasses, but the real culprit could be in your blood. When your blood sugar levels are highly elevated, it forces your body to pull fluid from various tissues to dilute the sugar, and this includes pulling fluid directly out of the lenses of your eyes. When the lenses lose fluid, they physically change shape and warp. This warping prevents your eyes from focusing light correctly, resulting in blurred vision. The scary part is that if blood sugar levels remain high for years, those tiny, delicate blood vessels in the back of your eyes can become permanently damaged, leading to actual blindness. If your vision is fluctuating rapidly from day to day, being clear one morning and blurry the next, it is almost certainly a blood sugar issue rather than a standard eye problem. The sixth early warning sign is the appearance of dark, velvety patches of skin, usually found on the back of your neck, in your armpits, or in the creases of your elbows. This condition is known medically as acanthosis nigricans, and it is one of the most visual, undeniable signs of severe insulin resistance. When your cells refuse to let insulin inside, your pancreas panics and pumps out even more insulin, trying to force the doors open. This leads to incredibly high levels of insulin constantly circulating in your blood. This excess insulin travels to your skin cells and actually causes them to reproduce much faster than normal. These new skin cells contain high amounts of melanin, which is the pigment that gives skin its color. The result is a dark, thick, almost dirty-looking patch of skin that cannot be scrubbed or washed away. Many people try to aggressively clean these areas, not realizing that the problem is not dirt. It is a hormonal imbalance originating from their pancreas. The seventh warning sign is experiencing strange tingling, numbness, or a burning sensation in your hands, your fingers, your legs, and your feet. This is a condition called peripheral neuropathy. Remember earlier when I said that high blood sugar acts like tiny shards of glass in your bloodstream? Your nervous system relies on thousands of microscopic blood vessels to deliver oxygen and nutrients to your nerve endings. Over time, chronic high blood sugar destroys these tiny blood vessels. Without blood flow, the nerve endings in your extremities begin to suffocate and die. The very first symptom of this nerve death is a tingling feeling, often described as pins and needles, usually starting in the toes and slowly creeping up the legs. It might also feel like you are wearing a tight, invisible sock or glove. Sometimes the damaged nerves send random pain signals to the brain, resulting in a sudden, sharp burning feeling when nothing is actually touching you. If you are regularly waking up with numb hands or feeling a buzzing sensation in your feet that you cannot explain, your high blood sugar is actively destroying your nervous system. The eighth warning sign is noticing that cuts, bruises, and small wounds are taking an incredibly long time to heal. When you get a small scratch, your body immediately sends white blood cells and nutrients to the area to repair the damage and fight off any potential bacteria. However, this healing process relies entirely on strong, healthy blood flow. As we just discussed, chronic high blood sugar damages your blood vessels, which means those vital healing nutrients simply cannot reach the wound site quickly enough. Furthermore, high blood sugar actually impairs the function of your white blood cells, which are the soldiers of your immune system. Because your immune system is compromised, what should be a minor scrape can quickly turn into a serious, lingering infection. If you find that a small cut on your finger or a blister on your foot is taking weeks to heal instead of just a few days, your body is showing you that its internal repair system is severely compromised by excess sugar. The ninth warning sign is rapid, unexplained weight loss, even if you are eating exactly the same amount of food or even more than usual. This symptom often feels like a sudden blessing to people who have been trying to lose weight, but it is actually a massive metabolic red flag. Remember how we talked about insulin resistance locking sugar out of your cells? Because your cells are starving for energy, your brain flips a survival switch. It thinks you are literally starving to death. To keep your vital organs functioning, your body starts aggressively breaking down your muscle tissue and your fat stores to use as emergency fuel. This causes you to lose weight incredibly fast, but you are not losing weight in a healthy way. You are actively losing vital muscle mass. If the number on the scale is dropping rapidly and you have not changed your diet or exercise routine at all, this is not a miracle diet. This is your body cannibalizing itself because it cannot process the food you are actually eating. The 10th and final early warning sign is experiencing frequent recurring infections, specifically yeast infections or urinary tract infections. This affects both men and women, but it is particularly common in women. Yeast and bacteria thrive in warm, moist environments, and their absolute favorite food in the world is sugar. When your blood sugar is constantly elevated, your body tries to get rid of the excess sugar through your urine and your sweat. This means your bodily fluids literally become sweet, creating an absolute all-you-can-eat buffet for bacteria and yeast. If you find yourself battling infection after infection, and standard treatments only seem to work for a few days before the problem comes right back, you are likely treating the symptom but ignoring the root cause. You have to cut off their food supply by lowering your blood sugar levels. Recognizing these 10 warning signs is powerful, but now we have to look at the hidden culprits that are causing this damage. You probably already know that candy, cake, and soda are bad for you, but millions of people are destroying their insulin sensitivity by eating foods they have been told are completely healthy. Let us talk about the worst hidden sugars in your diet. Start by looking at your breakfast. Many people think they are making a healthy choice by eating flavored yogurt or a bowl of instant oatmeal. But a single cup of flavored yogurt can contain up to 30 grams of added sugar, which is more sugar than a candy bar. Instant oatmeal packets are stripped of their natural fiber and heavily processed, meaning they spike your blood sugar just as fast as eating a bowl of pure table sugar. Another massive culprit is fruit juice. People think orange juice or apple juice is healthy because it comes from fruit. But when you juice a fruit, you remove all the protective fiber. What you are left with is a highly concentrated glass of liquid fructose that hits your liver like a freight train, instantly driving up your blood sugar and forcing your pancreas to pump out massive amounts of insulin. To truly protect yourself and reverse insulin resistance, you have to change how you fuel your body. The absolute best way to lower your blood sugar naturally is to dramatically increase your intake of soluble fiber. Fiber is the ultimate blood sugar stabilizer. When you eat foods rich in soluble fiber like chia seeds, flax seeds, and leafy green vegetables, the fiber forms a thick gel in your digestive tract. This gel acts like a physical barrier, slowing down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. Instead of a massive, dangerous spike in blood sugar after a meal, you get a slow, steady trickle of energy. This gives your pancreas a much-needed break and allows your cells to slowly regain their sensitivity to insulin. You should aim to fill half of your plate with non-starchy vegetables at every single meal. Another incredibly powerful tool for reversing prediabetes is something you can start doing today, and it costs absolutely nothing. I am talking about walking for just 10 to 15 minutes immediately after you eat a meal. When you sit down on the couch after eating, the sugar from your food pools in your bloodstream. But when you get up and walk, your leg muscles require immediate energy. Working muscles do not need insulin to absorb sugar. They can pull the glucose directly out of your bloodstream to use as fuel. A simple brisk walk after dinner acts like a vacuum cleaner for your blood vessels, sucking up all that excess sugar before it has a chance to cause any damage or trigger a massive insulin release. Finally, we have to talk about a natural remedy that has been proven in multiple studies to improve insulin sensitivity, and that is raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar has a profound effect on how your body digests carbohydrates. It temporarily blocks the enzymes in your stomach that break down starches, which means less sugar enters your bloodstream after a meal. Drinking 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in a large glass of water about 20 minutes before your heaviest meal of the day can dramatically blunt your blood sugar spike and help your cells respond better to insulin over time. Your body is an incredibly intelligent machine, and it wants to heal itself. It does not want to be sick. The symptoms we discussed today are not punishments. They are desperate distress signals. If you are experiencing unexplained thirst, crushing fatigue after meals, blurry vision, or tingling in your hands and feet, please do not ignore it. Prediabetes is a crossroads. You can choose to ignore the signs and continue down the path toward permanent nerve damage and organ failure, or you can take control today. By cutting out hidden sugars, prioritizing fiber, and simply moving your body after meals, you can completely reverse this condition and reclaim your health. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your health is your greatest wealth, and taking the time to educate yourself is the first step toward a long, vibrant life. Please share this information with anyone you care about, as it could truly save a life. Take care of yourself, listen to your body, and I will see you in the next video.